So, a very good morning, my dear students. Here is the lecture number 2 for the revision series of aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid. So, I hope you have watched the previous video. That was just an intro part. Now, we will do some more properties of aldehyde ketones. So, let's start with this. Now, we are going to start with the chemical properties of aldehyde and ketones. So, if we talk about the chemical properties, I have told you that C double bond O group, if it is primary it will be aldehyde, and if it is secondary it will be ketone. Okay, so we can see that in ketones there is a steric factor, isn't it, steric hindrance, because of this 2 carbon, but in this case there is a less steric hindrance. So अगर हम बात करें, if we compare the reactivity, aldehydes are more reactive than ketone because of less steric hindrance. Okay, so let's start with this. The following are the types of chemical reaction in aldehyde and ketones, and the first one is addition across C double bond O. There will be since C double bond O is polar, so what will happen, this bond will shift on this side and it will generate a positive charge over here, and here it will be negative charge. So there will be addition. The any reagent, the positive part will attach to the oxygen having negative charge, and the negative charge of that reagent will attach to the carbon. Yes. So second is replacement of carbonyl oxygen by other groups. That means the O group will be replaced by any other compound, any other group. Okay, this is C double bond O, so this oxygen is going to be replaced by any compound. Let it be Z, any group. Okay, we'll do few reactions for that. Now third is oxidation. So we know that aldehyde undergoes oxidation, it will form acid, and ketone in general doesn't go oxidation because of less crowded area, and that is already secondary, so it cannot further oxidize. Or agar oxidize hoga, so it will follow the Popov rule, which is a fixed rule that I will explain when we will do. Now reduction, if aldehyde undergoes reduction, it will form primary alcohol, and if ketone undergoes reduction, it will form secondary alcohol. So that is quite clear, we know that. Next is reaction with the alkalis, and few more important reaction of this chapter will be in this topic, reaction with alkalis. Okay, so that is important. Next is miscellaneous reaction. Some reactions will be there which is not in your board, but yes, it is in your entrance exam, so we will know it. Okay, so now let's start with the addition across C double bond O bond. How this bond is going to break and which group will attach. So in this, the first is like hydrogen cyanide, that is HCN. Okay, this is HCN. So when it will break, it will give you Cn minus and H plus. This bond shifts and this will generate negative charge over here, and this will generate positive charge over here. So the positive part of this compound will attach to the negative oxygen, and the negative part will attach to the carbon. So this will form. There is a point to be noted that if a single carbon is having OH group as well as cyanide group, if the single carbon, the same carbon, is having OH group and cyano group, then this is called cyanohydrine. Okay, this is a family name, you can say that, the generic name you can say cyanohydrine. Okay, suppose that if it will be acetone, suppose here it is CS3. Let me take an example, like this is CS3 and this is CS3 and this is OH and this is CN. Okay, acetone pe humne ye reaction karaya, we got this. So this will be called acetone cyanohydrine. Okay, this is the name type. And next is with the sodium bisulfite, that is sodium and NaHSO3. Again, it is going to break in this way, like one second, this is NaSO3 minus and H plus. So this plus part will go to oxygen, and here the negative part will attach to form this addition product. So this is called bisulfite addition product. Clear? Okay, now move to next next form, and that is addition of Grignard reagent. So about this we are very much familiar with this, very well known. RMGX, it will break into this way, R minus and MGX plus. So aldehyde except formaldehyde, any aldehyde, if it will do, it will give you secondary alcohol. Clear? But formaldehyde, if it is formaldehyde, it will give you what? Just think of it. Let me show you with this. this is, and if I'm using this RMGX, so tell me what will be the product. This is going to be OH, and here R, isn't it? And this is H. So this is going to be give you primary alcohol. So only formaldehyde is the compound which on reaction with Grignard reagent give primary alcohol. Rest any aldehyde like acetaldehyde, propanaldehyde, propanol and all that, that will give you secondary alcohol, and ketones will give you tertiary alcohol. Here I have mentioned aldehyde, if I am using formaldehyde, it will give you primary alcohol. Clear? Any doubt in this? The same method, the mechanism we have done. The positive part will attach to the oxygen and the negative part will attach to the carbon. Now with the alcohol. So if C double bond undergoes alcohol addition, so what will happen? This is OH minus R plus. So here it will give you COR and OH, isn't it? So if the carbon is having hydroxy group as well as one alkoxy group, this is alkoxy, isn't it? Ether, alkoxy group and alcohol group. If both are attached with the same carbon, then it will called hemiacetal. It is called hemiacetal. And if like this one is OR and this one is also OR, one carbon is attached with the two alkoxy group, then it will be called acetal. So first it will form hemiacetal. Again, if it undergoes further addition with ROH, it will form acetal. Clear? So that you have to learn only that alcohol ke saath it will give you hemiacetal, and excess of alcohol ke saath it will give you acetal. Now the next thing is replacement of carbonyl oxygen atom with other groups. How the like oxygen will be replaced by other group. So first we will do with the ammonia derivative. Ammonia derivative, like let's see first ammonia derivative, that is NH3 is ammonia. If I will replace one hydrogen of ammonia by any other group, it will be considered as ammonia derivatives. Okay, chaliye. So aldehyde and ketones react with a number of ammonia derivatives such as hydroxylamine. In this case, hydroxylamine, what will do? Ammonia 1H will be replaced by OH. So this will be NH2OH, hydroxylamine. Hydrazine. If one H will be replaced by NH2. So this is NH2 and 1H is replaced by NH2. Then it is called hydrazine. Semicarbazide. If 1H is removed by C double bond O NH2, then it will be called semicarbazide. Okay? So this is NH2 and next is, this is again semicarbazide formula is like this. Yes? Not only amide, NHCOM urea से जब वो combine करता है तो it will form semicarbazide, etc. In weak acidic medium may react करता है. Okay, this reacts in the weak acidic medium. In general, if we present these derivatives by NH2G, then their reaction will with aldehyde and ketones can be represented as follows, and that is like here you can see this is whatever the G is there, we'll do one by one, and this will give you H2O out, and this Ng will be attached to this group. Clear? So suppose that it was hydroxylamine, this one NH2OH. So what it will be? This is going to form CNOH, and there is a name for this. This is called oxime. We will do in the next slide. And if it is replaced with this NH2NH2, then it will give you C double bond N NH2. Since hydrazone से तो ये hydrazine बनेगा, and then if semicarbazide से करेंगे, then it will give you C double bond N, and then it is going to be NH. Here this one H2 and NH, and then C double bond O NH2. That is going to be called semicarbazone. Okay, चलिए. So let's see one by one product में. If G is OH, hydroxylamine. Okay. So NH2OH will be the derivative, and this will give you oxime. ये naming याद करना आपको. This you all have done in your NCERT also. So this is the repetition actually. NH2, if it is hydrazine, H2 will remove and NH2 will left out. This will be called hydrazone. Next is if it is like this is phenylhydrazine, ammonia group, and I am going to remove this by C6H5, then it will be called phenylhydrazine. Okay, so this is NH2 G is NH2, and NH, instead of this H, this phenyl is going to be attached over here. So this is called phenyl hydrazine, and it will give you reaction के बाद ये H2 निकल जाएगा. This H2O will come out with the water and it will form phenyl hydrazone. Next is 2,4-DNP. This is called 2,4-DNP, 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. In this, what we will do, this is the hydrazine, NH2, NH2. One H will be replaced by 2,4-dinitrophenol. Phenyl, benzene ring. So then it will, what will happen, this H2 will go with the water to form water, go with the oxygen to form water, and rest will attach. So this will give you 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone, and this is one of the important tests given by aromatic aldehydes, aromatic carbonyl group, or aldehydes, we can say carbonyl group. Okay, this is the important test given by aromatic carbonyls. Okay, now the next is, this is G is here, NHCO, NH2, that is called semicarbazite. If it will be like NH2 here, and one H is replaced by this. So one very important question can be asked, that although it has two NH2 group, we can see that one NH2 group here and another NH2 group over here, but in the reaction with the aldehyde or ketone, it only reacts one NH2. First question पूछेगा, which NH2 will react, and another question, why that NH2 only. So just be careful, the one NH2 which is directly attached to C double bond O will not react in the reaction, will not take part in the reaction. ठीक है, why? Because first तो ये पता चल गया कि क्यों, कौन सा होगा, and दूसरा, why it will not react, because its lone pair is resonance involved. Okay, so that NH2 is strongly bonded with this C double bond O, and that's why ये आसानी से H2 release नहीं करेगा. Clear? समझ में आ गई बात? So that is the reason, and it will form semicarbazone. Now next is replacement of carbonyl oxygen atom with other groups. कोई भी other group के साथ अगर हम replace करते हैं oxygen group को. So like first is ammonia. So the same thing, ammonia, there will be water will be there, water can come out. Like ammonia derivatives, ammonia will also react with aldehyde except formaldehyde, formaldehyde and ketones. Here aldehyde and ketones के साथ करता है to give the product, and this product is called imines. It's a type, wherever the H2O come out, that is an example of condensation reaction. So one type we have done addition, another we are doing condensation. Okay, so जब ammonia react करेगा aldehyde or ketone से, it will give you imine. So here the reaction is, in this case, the 2H2O, we can write like this, NH and H2. Okay, so directly you can do this, H2O will come out and this group will attach C double bond O NH, imine. Okay, but actually this occurs with a mechanism, and what will happen, this will also undergo addition reaction. It will split into NH2 minus and H plus. This bond will break on this side, OH, and NH2 will come out. Now in the next case, water will go out as a condensation reaction, water will come out. So this will form OH from this, and H of this will go out, and this bond will shift here. This will form imine. जिसका भी हम use कर रहे हैं, like we have used acetaldehyde, so we'll say acetaldehyde. We'll say if we will use ketone, so we'll say imine of ketones, acetone, like this. Clear? Any doubt in this? These all are repetition, and I hope you can get it properly very easily, isn't it? So now the next is, however, formaldehyde reacts with ammonia to form a hexamethylene tetraamine, and that is also called urotropin. This is a question of your like uses of formaldehyde में पूछा जा सकता है in your board exam, and in competition you can ask that they can ask that what happens when formaldehyde reacts with ammonia, or urotropin is a product formed by reaction of dash dash. So in this way it can be asked. Okay, so urotropin formula is CH2 whole 6 and 4, that's why it is called hexamethylene tetraamine. Yes, ammonia और formaldehyde का जब reaction करते हैं. So this is 6 mole of formaldehyde reacts with 4 mole of ammonia, and the water molecule, 6 water molecule will go out, will form hexamethylene tetraamine, and this is the structure. How to learn? Make the cyclohexane structure, and alternatively like carbon and nitrogen you put. Yes, any doubt in this? Now this 3N is there. So all this 3N will be attached with another N, but in between the CH2 group will be there. Got it? Like this. So this is urotropin. I hope the structure is clear how to draw. Chaliye. Now next is acetone reacts with ammonia to form diacetonomine. Or this is a reaction that acetone jab react karega ammonia se, the same way as acetaldehyde reacts, the same way it will do. But there are that what will happen, this 2 mole of acetone we will use. So this will form OH over here and NH2. In the previous slide we can see that, yes, transforming 1 OH and acetone. And then what will happen, the OH molecule were coming out and H water nikal ja raha tha. But in this case what will happen, this OH will be replaced by another acetone molecules, and इसके as one acetone molecules का इसका एक H वो OH के साथ निकल के that water will form and the CH2CO group will be attached over here. Did you get that? The first reaction अगर हम देखेंगे तो this will form like this and OH. Now the second acetone molecule will react. So let me write like this. Okay, so this H and this OH will come out as a water and this group will attach to this like this. So this will give you 4-amino 4-methyl pentane 2-one. 4-amino 4-methyl pentane 2-one. 1, we can start counting 2, 3, 4 and 5 or 5 here. Anyway, so 4-methyl, 4-amino and this is pentanone, 2-pentanone. Clear? Now replacement of carbonyl oxygen atom with other groups में continuity करते हुए we are going to do replace by primary amines. That means RNH2 group. Yes, RNH2 group will go out. Again the condensation reaction. This H2 will go out with oxygen of aldehyde or ketones will to form water. So this is also an example of condensation reaction. Aldehydes and ketones react with amines to form Schiff's base. These compounds are also called imines. ये भी imines ही कहलाते हैं because यहाँ पे भी C double bond N होता है. C double bond N जहाँ भी होगा this is called imine. If it is NH भी हो सकता है and this can be NR. ये secondary imine हो गया, this is primary imine. Got it? So when it is like secondary imine, it will be called Schiff's base, which is used to test carbohydrates. Yes, might be you have done in your biology. Yes, this is used to test carbohydrates. So reaction is aldehyde plus imine and this will give you aldimine or Schiff's base. Clear? So this is not no need to mention this. We can say simply that react with amines to form Schiff's bases. Okay. Another example we can say for ketones. This is ketone here H2NR. Again this is going to form water and the NR will attach to this. So this is C double bond N. And since it is tertiary, so we will say that ketimine or ketonomine. Okay, ketonamine भी कह सकते हैं और ketimine. Since A and vowel आ जा रहा तो A will be replaced over here. A को हम यहाँ पे क्या कर देंगे? We will remove and just simply one vowel will be there. That is ketonamine. Yes. Now the next is replacement of carbonyl oxygen atom with other groups. We are going to do this PCl5 and SOCl2. The same way, whenever PCl5 reacts, we have to take out POCl3. Yes, or SOCl2, SO2 will come out. So aldehyde and ketones react with PCl5 or thionyl chloride to form geminal dihalide. Kaise? Let's say geminal means the same carbon will attach to the two halogens. So this is PCl5. PCl will be written as PCl3, one Cl upside, another side downside, and just take out the POCl3. Okay. So two bonds free, two chlorines free. So that's why it will attach to this two bonded and it will form geminal dihalide. And it out, and POCl3 will be the side product. Similarly, if it reacts with SOCl2 in presence of pyridine, this will come as a SO2 and two bonds free, two Cl free. It will attach to this. And this will form again geminal dihalide. Now the third type of reaction is oxidation. So aldehydes are easily oxidized to carboxylic acid. containing the same number of carbon atoms as in the parent aldehyde. That means on oxidation, only the functional group will change from CHO to COH. There will be no change in the number of carbon atoms, and any oxidizing agent we can use. So this is even mild भी work करेगा, strong भी work करेगा. What is the reason behind this easy oxidation? So let's know this. The reason for this easy oxidation is presence of a hydrogen on carbonyl carbon. That means C double bond O should have one H on this carbon only, then it will be easily oxidized. And this is the reason that why acetone or ketone doesn't undergo oxidation easily. Again, why? Because in this case, the carbonyl carbon is not having any hydrogen. So that's why it cannot oxidize easily. Oxidation is not easy. Yes. But in this case, if I am talking about aldehyde, the oxidation is easy because of this hydrogen on the carbonyl carbon, which can be converted to OH group with involving the cleavage of any other bond without यहाँ पे बिना किसी और बॉन्ड को तोड़े हुए, here should be without involving the cleavage of any other bond, बिना किसी बॉन्ड को तोड़े हुए it can simply ऑक्सीजन जो है वहां पे अटैच हो सकता है and it will form the alcohol group over there. OH group में convert हो सकता है. Hence aldehyde are oxidized, but not only by strong oxidizing agent, but even with the weak oxidizing agent. As I told you in the starting only, that even mild oxidizing agent will also work. As a result, aldehyde act as a strong reducing agent. आसानी से वो ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाता है, तो ऑब्वियसली वो रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट की तरह ट्रीट होगा. यस. Now let's learn how ketone undergoes oxidation. Okay, so I have told you that ketone doesn't have H on the carbonyl carbon. This one, it is not having H, so it doesn't undergo oxidation at normal condition. It undergoes oxidation in the vigorous condition, and vigorous condition will be like high temperature pressure. Okay, so then it will give you the mixture of acids. First of all, it will not undergo the normal oxidation, but फिर भी अगर जाता है oxidation, so that will be the vigorous condition, and it will give you as a product, it will give you mixture of acid. And how it will be? For giving the product, it will follow Popov's rule. Okay, Popov's rule. Popov's rule says that on oxidation, carbonyl group always goes along with the smaller alkyl group. Okay, so let's see the example. Like this is CH3, CO, and C2H5. So in this case, this one is lesser alkyl group, a smaller alkyl group, and this one is higher alkyl group. So what we have to do, this one, yes, CO group will go along with this, and just nothing to think of it. You have to say that there are the two carbons, so make the acid of two carbons. So what is the acid of two carbon? That is CH3COOH. Clear? On the next side, again, because this is going to give you a mixture of acid, so all will convert into the acid. But एक चीज सोचना है आपको कि ये जो कार्बोनिल ग्रुप है वो किसके साथ जाएगा. So this carbonyl group should go with the smaller alkyl group. That's why it will form CH3COH. And now next side, how many carbon over here? Here also 2. So it will also form a 2 carbon acid, that is CH3COOH. Isn't it clear? Understood? Okay. Another example, let me take with this like C2H5CO, and then it is going to be C3H7, or let it be C4H7. Okay, so on oxidation, this one is the smaller alkyl group, so that means carbonyl group will go along with this, and now total number of carbon is 3, so it will form C2H5COOH. And how many S carbon over here? 4. So it will also form 4 number of carbon, 4 compound, like acid of 4 carbon. That means C3H7COOH. And it out in this, it should be C4H9, not C4H7. Yes. Another example, let me take like CH3COCH3. So in this case, both sides are having same number of carbon. So with any alkyl group, it will go. So any alkyl group like this one too. So this is forming 2 carbon, yani ki CH3COH, isn't it? and here how many carbon left? Only one. So one carbon, acid of one carbon, that is HCOH. So this is going to give you a mixture of acids according to Popov rule. I hope it is clear. Okay, now move to next topic, that aldehydes reduces Tollens reagent to Ag. Tollens reagent, that means ammonical silver nitrate solution. It reduces like Tollens reagent into Ag and appear in form of silver mirror. This is the important test for finding aldehyde group. Okay, whether the aldehyde group is present in that compound or not, this is the important test, Tollens test. It is called as Tollens test. Okay, and this test is also called silver mirror test. Silver mirror test. It is given by all aldehydes and reducing sugar. Reducing sugar कहने का मतलब the sugar which is having free CHO group. Sugars having free CHO group. Free CHO group का मतलब it should not be bonded like you have done in biomolecules. CHO group, although there was CHO group, but it was bonded in form of like to form pyranose and furanose. So that's why they were not able to reduce the Tollens reagent. Yes. So next thing, like this is the equation RCHO, and this is the ammonical silver nitrate solution. If I write the complete formula, it will be AgNH3 whole twice NO2 over here. Okay, silver alkaline silver nitrate solution it is. So this was like this. Okay, and when we heat in presence of that, this acid will undergo oxidation and it will form acid. This aldehyde will undergo oxidation and will form acid, and this silver is here, it is in +1 state, it will reduce to form Ag. This is the reduction and this is the oxidation. What next? This ammonia will form and water will form like this. So this is the complete reaction for Tollens reagent or Tollens test, you can say. Okay, now the next test is Fehling test, and this Fehling test is given by all aldehyde except aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde doesn't give Fehling solution. Clear? So let me write a point over here that aromatic aldehyde doesn't give Fehling solution. Clear? Okay, so this is again a test for identifying the aromatic aldehyde and the aliphatic aldehyde. Okay, so the test, if suppose that I'm giving you acetaldehyde and I'm giving you benzaldehyde, how you will identify that whether this one is benzaldehyde and this one is what? Acetaldehyde. So you have to do the Fehling solution test, and Fehling solution aromatic जो होगा that will not give and aliphatic will give. Clear? So Fehling solution किसे कहते हैं? Fehling solution actually it is a mixture of two two mixture, that is two solution, Fehling A and Fehling B. Fehling A is Rochelle salt and Fehling B is alkaline solution of cupric. Yes, copper sulfate, alkaline solution of copper sulfate or cupric, you can say cupric ion. That is tartrate ion. When we mix this Rochelle salt is also known as tartaric acid. So tartaric acid se milke banta actually. So when we mix this Fehling A and Fehling B, we get the Fehling solution, and that is used to identify or to confirm the aromatic aldehyde and aliphatic aldehyde. Clear? So RCHO, here you have to learn that R should not be benzene ring. Yes, ये benzene ring नहीं हो सकता. Then this is copper +2 salt, alkaline copper sulfate solution we take, and when we heat this will undergo oxidation to form acid, and this will undergo reduction to form red PPT. Okay, so the following solution whenever we heat this, it converts from blue to green and then finally to red. It will be like a copper sulfate solution, blue in color hota hai. So when we heat start, that water molecules get evaporated and it is going to convert into first green color, and then when the reaction, how you'll say that the reaction is completely like it is finished, it is completed, when it will give you the red PPT. Clear? Aldehydes also reduce bendic solution, copper +2 complex with the citrate ion to Cu+. वहाँ पे क्या होता है, बेनेडिक्ट सॉल्यूशन जो होता है दैट इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ कॉपर 2 प्लस कॉम्प्लेक्स विद सिट्रोटायन. सो जब व्हेन वी मिक्स दिस, सो कॉपर 2 प्लस आयन जो होता है दैट अंडरगोज रिडक्शन ऑफ कॉपर एंड एल्डिहाइड अंडरगोज ऑक्सीडेशन टू फॉर्म एसिड. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो यूज, बेनेडिक्ट सॉल्यूशन भी हम यूज करते हैं एल्डिहाइड के टेस्ट के लिए. ओके. Now, aldehydes and ketones with a methyl or methylene group adjacent to the carbonyl group are oxidized by SCO2. This is again next point. Aldehydes and ketone with a methyl or methylene. Methyl that means CH3 group and methylene that means CH2 group. Okay. Adjacent to the carbonyl group are oxidized by SCO2, also selenium oxide. Like this is methyl group it is having. So what will happen? When it undergoes selenium, so this CH3 will oxidize into CHO form. Got it? So this CH3 will also convert into CHO, and this CHO will remain over there. So this will form glyoxal. Clear? Another example, like this is CH3 CO CH3. So what will happen? This CH3 one time if we'll do, one will convert into CHO. Second time if we'll use, so this will also convert into acetaldehyde, CHO. Okay. So first time what will happen? One selenium oxide, this will convert into CHO group, and then H2O and selenium oxide will convert into selenium to be reduced as a reduced product. Okay. So this is the reaction. Sometimes question can be asked that acetone when undergoes oxidation in presence of selenium oxide, what it will form. So this is the compound. Can you tell me the name of this compound? This will be named as 1, 2, 3. So that means 2-oxo, CO group as a prefix, 2-oxo, and then it is propanol. Clear? Now the next thing is ketones are also oxidized by Carros acid. मैंने पहले आपको समझाया पॉपऑफ रूल के अकॉर्डिंग ऑक्साइड होता है, ऑक्सीडाइज होता है. एंड देन हियर इज Carros acid. Carros acid is H2SO5 और peroxybenzoic acid, that means C6H5CO3H. CO3, this is the structure actually. This is benzene, and then C double bond OOH. This is the peroxybenzoic acid. It is called Baeyer-Villiger oxidation. Baeyer-Villiger oxidation जब हम यूज करते हैं peroxybenzoic acid को या फिर Carros acid को, there also peroxy bond is there. H2SO4. If I'm talking about like this, it will form. Okay. So both are having peroxy bond. So note, it is exactly oxygen insertion between the carbonyl carbon and carbonyl carbon and the larger of two group attached to it. जो भी दो group attached होते हैं, actually हम simply क्या करते हैं, we just insert the oxygen molecule in that. That's it. ये जो peroxide का जो extra oxygen होता है, that undergoes like that become inserted into this group. So this is RCO, like it is ketone. Here it is ketone. Okay. What will happen? This oxygen will insert in this and it will form ester. So RC, O R dash. So when ketone undergoes reduction, undergoes oxidation, according to Popoff's rules, it was forming mixture of acids, and when they react with the oxidized like Carros acid or peroxybenzoic acid, it gives ester. Clear? Another example you can say that, so here it will be insertion kaise hoga if you will insert this. So like this 5 carbon ring is there. If I'm going to insert oxygen over there, kaise insert karenge? So in this case it will form like 6 membered ring and oxygen will be inserted और ये again shift हो जाएगा, and that means it is going to give you like this. Yes, here it will attach to and this bond will break, oxygen से ये attach हो जाएगा. Like, let me show you. And this is this. So at 1 carbon 5 bond is not possible. So what will happen? This bond will break और ये bond जाके यहाँ पे attach. So this is going to form this compound. Clear? Now the next thing, like here it is acetophenone. When it is undergoing reaction with this peroxybenzoic acid, it will form ester over here. That is the simply phenyl acetate over here. Yes, this is phenyl acetate. Clear? Now haloform reaction, and that is a very important reaction, बहुत ही important reaction, and we know that like I know you people are very well known with this. So let's see. In this case, haloform reaction, the reagent is X2 plus NaOH. Okay. X2 preferably जो use होता है haloform reaction के लिए, that is I2 and then Cl2. Br2 भी होता है, that is called, if it undergoes reaction with iodine, it will form iodoform reaction. If it is undergoing reaction with Br2, it will be known as bromoform, and if it undergoes reaction with Cl2, it will be known as chloroform. Okay, so first what we will do, CS3CHO when iodine and NaOH, this reagent can also be written as NaOI, sodium iodate. So what happens when this reagent reacts? First it undergoes substitution reaction. So this hydrogen will be substituted by iodine, 3 moles of iodine. It will like substitute this. Okay, so this will form triiodoacetaldehyde. Clear? And then instead of this, if it would be if I'm doing the reaction with the Cl2 NaOH, okay, NaOCl, then it will give you Cl3CCHO with the NaOCl, and this is named as chloral. Okay, so but when we react with this iodine NaOI, it will give you triiodoacetaldehyde along with the 3HI molecule, and when it undergoes hydrolysis, next it will give you iodoform, and with whatever that one compound will form the CI3 and one H will attach over here, the CHI3, and this whatever the part is left over here, that will form the salt of that particular number of carbon of aldehyde. Got it? So that means one carbon is there, so one carbon it will form the sodium salt of one like carboxylic acid which is having one carbon. Am I clear? This part will go oxidation to form a sodium salt having the same number of carbon as it is, like one carbon is there, so one carbon का acid salt बनेगा वो, ठीक है. And this CHI3 जो होता है, that is called iodoform, and it will give you yellow PPT. So this is a test of we can say that the compound which is having CH3CO group. If the compound is having CH3CO group directly or indirectly कहने का मतलब if it comes after oxidation. Okay, so like in this case you can say that if you'll I will open it. So this is coming CH3COH. So this is already having CH3CO group, so yes, of course it will undergo iodoform reaction. Another example I'm giving you, like C2H5OH and C3H7OH. How you will identify them, that this one is ethanol and this one is propanol. So what you will do, so just oxidize this, and oxidation pit will give you CH3CHO, isn't it? And this will give you CH3CH2CHO. So just check in which in these two compounds, the one which is having CH3CO group will give this iodoform test, that means yellow precipitate, and the other won't. So this will having, since this is having CH3CO group, so it will give you iodoform reaction and will give yellow PPT. This confirms that this one is ethyl alcohol and this one is propanol or propyl alcohol. Clear? This won't give. समझ में आ गई बात बच्चे? Clear? So this is also used as a test. Due to formation of yellow PPT of iodoform in this reaction, it is known as iodoform test and used for characterizing compound. Here it is written, used for characterizing compound containing CH3CO group or group like CH3CH2OH, which can be easily oxidized to CH3CO group. Okay? That means either it should have or on oxidation it can have. Okay, so these type of compounds will give iodoform test, haloform reaction, we can say. Now next is reduction. Carbonyl compound can be reduced to primary or secondary alcohol by lithium aluminum hydride, by sodium borohydride, or direct reduction with H2Ni. Carbonyl compound, if it will give you, if it is aldehyde, it will give you primary alcohol, and if it is ketone, it will give you secondary alcohol. Clear? So primary, this is aldehyde. Aldehyde will undergo reduction to form primary alcohol. This is primary alcohol. Here also this is aldehyde. It will undergo reduction, and here it will give you CS2. Now the question is, suppose that another question, in the same question, if I have used like CH3, CH, double bond, CH, CHO, and there is NaBH4 I am using. So what will be the product in this case? Can you tell me? We have done this this type of reactions in a special like extra topic, that is lithium aluminum hydride in the previous chapter. Yes, so I hope it is clear. Lithium aluminum hydride, that means the group, the double bonded, which is attached with the polar compound CO group, can also be reduced by lithium aluminum hydride, but not by sodium borohydride. This is not that much strong reducing agent, so that it can reduce the double bond also. Clear? The double bond should be attached with the C double bond O, then only it will be reduced by lithium aluminum hydride. Another case, another example, if I'm giving you like CS2 double bond CH, CH2, CHO, and then lithium aluminum hydride if I'm using, what will be the product? Here the double bond will remain like that. It is not going to reduce because this is not directly attached to the what? To the carbonyl group or to the polar compound. Clear? So यहाँ double bond change नहीं होगा, reduce नहीं होगा, but here the double bond is directly attached with the CO group, so that's why it also reduces, and this will form single bond over there. In this case also it will remain like this, CS3. In this case also like the double bond will not be reduced because sodium borohydride is there, and that is not that much strong, so it will remain like this, and this will undergo reduction. Clear? But if we will use ketone, it will give you what? That secondary alcohol. Here I have written that with lithium aluminum hydride, the CHO group is reduced to CH2OH group, primary alcohol, and C double bond C bond is also reduced when it is in conjugation with the carbonyl group. जब ये conjugation में होगा, then only it will be reduced, and if it is not in conjugation, it will not be reduced by lithium aluminum hydride. Clear? Like this one is ketone, so if ketone undergoes reduction, it will form secondary alcohol. This carbon is secondary, so this is secondary alcohol. This is secondary alcohol. Clear? Now again we can see that double bond O group is reduced to CHOOH group. Since it is like, if I'm using R on both sides, that means it is ketone, so ketone it will give you secondary alcohol, and if I would use that H only, so this becomes aldehyde, so in that case it would give primary alcohol. Lithium aluminum hydride also reduces ester and acid chloride to alcohol, and all this example I have explained to in that video where I have explained about the lithium aluminum hydride, and I hope you people have watched that and got the knowledge, got the concept behind it. Sodium borohydride has similar function, but it has this reagent does not affect C double bond C, that means double bond. Clear? Here it is like we can see that in this case this is in the conjugation, double bond O conjugation, although it is in conjugation, but sodium borohydride cannot reduce it, cannot change it, cannot reduce it, so it will remain like this OH only. This will reduce, but this will remain like this. In presence of H2 and if I will do, so this will as well as this both will be reduced, and it will form cyclohexanol. Clear? Now note, sodium borohydride does not reduces ester and acid chloride. I don't think so to explain it more because already I have explained in the previous video of lithium aluminum hydride, and if you have not watched there will be like, just watch it, okay, about this lithium aluminum hydride. It is flashing over on your screen. So now this is NaBH4 does not reduce ester and acid chloride. So if I'm using, this is the CHO double bond over here, like lithium aluminum hydride, this is in the conjugation, so this will also be reduced. Yes, sorry, this is not in conjugation because CO group is here, no? Here if it would be double bond over here, so this will be in the conjugation considered as, okay. So this will not be reduced because cut. So here it is. Next we can see that in this CHO double bond lithium aluminum hydride, if this double bond would be in the conjugation, then only it will be reduced, otherwise won't reduce. So since it is not in the conjugation, neither in this CO group nor in this CO group, so that's why it will not reduce, it will remain like this. This double bond will reduce, ketone will give reduced to secondary alcohol, aldehyde will be reduced to primary alcohol, and ester will also be reduced, and this will give you alcohol. Along with this, ये जो होगा ये another alcohol it will give, and CH2 will convert into this. Sodium borohydride के case में if we will do, ester will not reduce, it will remain like this. Double bond will not be reduced, it will remain like this. Only this aldehyde primary and secondary carbonyl group will be reduced to primary and secondary alcohol respectively. Clear? Now amalgamated zinc. Amalgamated zinc, that means when the zinc is mixed with mercury and conc HCl, that is called Clemmensen reduction. This reagent, whenever we use this reagent, this is called Clemmensen reduction. And hydrazine followed by reaction of a strong base like KOH or alkaline glycol, this is called Wolff-Kishner reduction. In the Wolff-Kishner reduction, we use hydrazine followed by strong alkalis like KOH in ethylene glycol, and amalgamated zinc and conc HCl acid. That means Clemmensen reduction is the reduction in acidic medium where the zinc amalgamated zinc is used, and Wolff-Kishner reduction is the reduction in basic medium where hydrazine is used with the strong base like KOH. Clear? So then in both the reaction both the reduction, the CO group undergoes reduction, highly reduction, and it will form alkyl group directly. Clear? So like we can see that this is NNH2, how it is formed. Like here it is double bond. When hydrazine reacts with this, so we have done how this reacts. So H2 and this oxygen will go out and it will form sodium hydrazone. Okay, and this hydrazone when reacts with ethylene glycol or KOH के presence में, so this C group will reduce CH2 along with this N2 will be the side product. And if this undergoes reduction with this amalgamated zinc in presence of conc HCl, this is called Clemmensen reduction. So there also it will provide H2O. So what will happen? This will attach to the 2H2 over here and this will form H2O side. Okay, side product. So this will be the reaction. I hope it is clear. चलिए, now the next thing, ये याद रखना, this is Wolff-Kishner when hydrazine in presence of ethylene glycol KOH use किया जाता है, and Clemmensen reduction, this is a reduction in presence of amalgamated zinc in acidic medium conc HCl. Now reduction to pinacol. So what is this pinacol? I have explained about this pinacol. Pinacol जब होता है when this is called we say that vicinal alcohol को हम कह सकते हैं vinagol, and there will be CH3CO group will be there. Okay, that means tertiary carbon should have OH group. There should be 2 tertiary carbon which is having OH group adjacent, then it is called pinacol. So like this is acetone, when it reacts with manganese or amalgamated manganese, this is called amalgamated manganese. In presence of benzene, it will give you the complex like this, and when it is further followed by hydrolysis, it will give you pinacol. So that's it for today class. I hope you got it. And next is the important reaction with the alkalis, where we will learn about the Cannizzaro reaction and aldol condensation, which is very important reaction of this chapter with respect to board as well as for your entrance exams. So we'll meet you with the next video. Till then, thank you class. Go through with the videos, write short notes, make short notes in your own word, and practice more and more questions. Thank you.